It all started for me in officiating when I first came back to Birmingham. I had gone off to school and college at Western Kentucky, came back to Birmingham and accepted a coaching and teaching position at West End High School. And after I had gotten back, I got a phone call. And the phone call was surprising because it was a friend of mine. I called him a friend. His name was Ernie Tucker. Ernie Tucker was a basketball coach at Phillips High School. And he was coaching basketball when I attended West End as a player and student and all. He was sort of a straightforward peckerwood, you know. So he said, you know, I have heard from the grapevine that you think that you are a basketball official. I said, well, Coach, I said, I appreciate your call, but said, I don't know if I'm a basketball official, but I do know that I'm interested and I would like to learn how to be one, you know. Bubba called me and asked me if he would like for me to be affiliated with the High School Athletic Association in other avenues, you know, other than an official on the floor. He said, Mr. McCaslin and I have reached the age that we can't be out late at night, traveling over the state of Alabama, giving rules clinics and giving the tests for the officials to register with the state and all. It's too old for us and the distance is too far, and we want to have some people that we can depend upon to take on some responsibilities that we're having to do right now that will help us, you know. And I said, I'd love to do that. And from that time on is when things began to happen real good for me. Bubba saw what was coming. He didn't have anything to do with the schools and all, but he knew that the merger of the Black Basketball Associations and the White Basketball Association would be the salvation for the growth of sports in Alabama. And so I never will forget, he called influential people together and he talked to them and he said, hey, y'all understand what's going on. We are not going to have the federal government to come in here and tell us how to run our athletic programs and all. We've got good people in this state on both sides that want what's good for the kids and all in this state, and says we're going to make this thing work. The black officials and the white officials are going to come together. They're going to merge into one group, and we're going to become the best. I think the greatest reward that I've received from officiating is the many, many friends that I have developed and made over the years, which I still have now. Some are not here with us any longer. But all of the friendships that you make in officiating, I look upon it, the officiating program, as really a family. None of this would have been possible had it not been for Bubba Scott. And as Bubba left, and Mr. Dan Washman incorporated me after my being with Bubba during those years. They talked. Mr. Washman told me, he said, I have talked with Bubba, and if you're interested, and I said, well, that's what I want to talk with you about. If you feel like it, I can serve you. I'd love to continue in my capacity. And he said, well, we've already talked, and that's what's going to happen right now, you know. So I would have to say those two have had the most influence on me in my officiating career. You've got to be willing to devote your time to the best of your ability to do the best job that you can, so that you, when you walk on that floor or that field, you are the best official there that night. I've come to the end of the road, really. And the end for me was a good while ago, of course, but as I reflect back over it, I can always say that it was those people that supported me and were my friends that were responsible for whatever awards I received. And that's why it's so important to me, because it comes from my own group, you know, with whom I associated all those years.